The Last Jedi divided the fandom, but at least efforts were made to bring back a lot of characters from the old movies. Passing the torch went wrong for the most part, and Luke as a character was degraded and humiliated. The symbolism was strong but not immediately obvious to everybody. A Matrix-like moment when fans still had the choice to take the red or the blue pill, just move on, ignore what was coming, pretend everything will be fine and get back on track. A big part of the fandom was initially hyped, right after watching the movie, as the legacy characters were in it. The delayed backlash was not expected. Really hurting the movie was thinking about it, rewatching it, reflecting about the implications. Videos made by Mahler, dissecting the inconsistencies and deviation from canon, in combination with shorter pieces of content, or the reaction to the critique of Star Wars fans in general, leading to more and more people recognizing the problem. You can make the argument that fan backlash was not as noticeable back in the days, until the internet, YouTube, or other social platforms became more and more influential. Not dealing with these platforms, and the major players on them, is a disservice to, and ignoring the fans. The Acolyte. An insult to what is considered the toxic fanbase, straight white male, gamers, YouTubers, their following, or in general people, who are vocal in any way, shape or form, and critique the show. This has been done, by constantly ignoring, what have been established as Star Wars canon. Nobody is against DEI, just leave politics out of movies, games and TV shows, if you want to appeal to a large audience and tell a good story. The way DEI was implemented, damaged the story, and raised the question to a lot of fans, is this still Star Wars? It was not expected to flop that hard by the actual fanbase, that is very vocal to cancel people, not liking the show, but obviously not that numerous. The show was the perfect instrument to find out, how large the audience really is for this kind of entertainment. All the people it was not made for, rather watched critics reacting to it, than watching the show? Why don't you debate the story with real critics like Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic, Star Wars Theory, who presented your content on a regular basis to a larger audience? All these topics, you think you presented as new, and never done before, have been done before. Mostly by white men, telling a far better story in the original Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, appealing to a much larger audience, trying to reach everybody, and exclude no one. You could have learned from them, but you refused. That is why your story and your show does not work. The Last Jedi was the snowball you threw into a mountain of snow, which was already fragile. The Acolyte brought you the levine of not only bad reviews but catering on high moral ground to the fanbase you really wanted to cater to. That fanbase turned out to be small and does not support your show financially as much as you would need it to succeed. Get back, you fanbase, talk to them. Let them be a part of the next project. Try to include everybody, and most of all, tell a good story. You have tried ultra woke with a boring story. It failed. Solution: debate your story with the critics live on social media. Include the critics in your next project. Let them produce, for example, the critical drinker, writer, producer, critic. And compare the results. If you want to go on a high, embrace the critics, include everybody. What do you have to lose at this point?